Bad Bunny, bad performance of the Super Bowl halftime. We are still investigating this. There's a lot of information that has come out about the lyrics. I saw the halftime show and was switching back and forth with the TPUSA halftime show. The lyrics.
That was a malfunction. I mean, this was apparently intentional.
This was intentional,
yeah,
yes.
And they could not have said this were it in English. So just the fact that we're at a place in our country where we had a fully not understandable halftime show to English-speaking people, which is the language of this country, by the way.
Now, a lot of people was asking me to comment on this, and they were saying, George, where you at on the situation with Bad Bunny and that Super Bowl performance? Now, a lot of people, didn't understand what he was saying, while he was up there performing. He started off in the sugar plantation, and he had the black brother up there that was holding up the L, that was representing Owitsa, right? And some of us did understand what he was saying. A lot of people didn't, right? But the crazy thing is, a lot of Puerto Ricans are mad at the black community. It's like we get the blame for everything. And the reason why we get the blame for everything is because we move the needle. There is no movements. Nothing gets done without us, right? Everybody needs us to sacrifice ourselves in order for things to happen. Now, a lot of black people said, hey, man, I don't know what they're saying. I'm not saying it's bad or good. We just sitting this one out. But you got some people online that might say some bad things, but the Puerto Rican community is just labeling the whole black community with that. Because one or two people might voice their opinion online. Now, that's the whole black community, but there's one group that they're not speaking about at all. That's the W Man. The W Man, Maga, Kid Rock, all this. I don't see them making no videos online going after the Trump administration, MAGA, and all these people, because those are the ones pushing the line on y'all. It ain't us. Right? Y'all out there, man, saying all kinds of things that you can say to come after us when you got Kid Rock and them talking like this.
What'd you think of Bad Bunny? I know you didn't see all of it, but you saw some clips.
Like most people, I didn't understand any of it. I mean, I saw there's a lot of dancers and a lot of big to-do stuff. And, he said he wanted to have a dance party. It looked like he had one. Not my cup of tea, but I don't fault that kid for doing the Super Bowl, getting in front of a global audience. I fault the NFL for putting him in that position, and Turning Point for having to come out and have an alternative for people to watch. It's just poor kid.
Poor rich kid.
Poor rich kid. Man, I think this all started, man, I could go on for days, but to sum it, I would think back 2016 when Colin Kaepernick took a knee, to protest, I think it was racial injustice and police brutality and everything that, we got a lot of people's panties in a bunch, self included. I did not agree with him, but nonetheless, he's got the right to speak his mind, do his thing. And Roger Goodell really had a real problem on his hand back then. And I think he was like, how do I get out of this and, keep making the tens upon millions of dollars a year that I make, in a predominantly male black league. So he goes like, well, maybe Jay-Z will do it, which nothing against Jay-Z. I respect him for his hustle and, his music. But it seems like there's a little bit of a DEI hire there going on, to kind of like, black guys love Jay-Z. And of course, I'm not that ignorant. I know a lot of us love Jay-Z, not just black guys. But in the league where he had this problem, it seemed like, we'll bring him in. And so, Jay-Z's not going to take that position of power and that money. So, then they convened in a not for profit league until, they quietly got rid of that tax exempt status at some point, so Roger did not have to disclose his salary. So he had all sorts of problems. So he brings in Jay-Z, and what's Jay-Z going to do? He's going to do right by his base. That's where you had Kendrick Lamar last year. A lot of people didn't get. I respect Kendrick Lamar, but wasn't my cup of tea. And, then this year you're like, wow, they're going to double down. And to me, it was kind of just like another middle finger to conservatives, to the MAGA, crowd, to my base, everything.
So MAGA is just taking a crap all over Puerto Ricans, all over Jay-Z and everybody else. And FBA, we just on the sideline like, listen, we already know this is what they do. Now, Kid Rock is a joke. Kid Rock is a hypocrite. He came up and made his bones off of black people through the black community coming out of Detroit. Man, then he flipped the rock. right? So nobody takes Kid Rock serious. But the Puerto Ricans, y'all mad at the black community, right? Why we are like, y'all, at 1 minute, y'all don't want to be black, right? Y'all don't like, like this stuff is a joke, man. This stuff is a joke, especially the new Puerto Ricans. The old school Puerto Ricans was cool. Like we all lived in the same community together, and I get it. Now offline is still the same way. Black, if here in Philly, New York, blacks and Puerto Ricans get along. So I don't even know why y'all online talking trash, right? That's something between y'all and Bad Bunny, right? Now, if people didn't understand what they were saying and they wasn't tuning in, man, y'all should still be cheering. People tuned in. Latinos is happy. Why y'all putting us in it? Why y'all even making videos about us talking like this?
I ain't even gonna lie, I'm not even, and I'm disappointed in all you. I'm disappointed in you. Y'all corny ass lame reactions to the halftime show acting like y'all not because it wasn't your favorite art. Leave that to the white people. Leave that to the racist people in the world who our culture, black or brown. We all the same. Y'all don't see what's going on with all Hispanic people? They going through ICE and all that crazy racism you went through, they going through it right now. Right now, we got to support them more than ever. And if that means going to a time show and dancing to some lyrics, then do it. But don't be corny acting like you ain't me. I'll have time show, and y'all need to do better as a culture and as a people. Y'all want people to help us, but we don't want to help everybody else. And they support us too. Do better.
I am very disappointed in the black community today. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm more disappointed in the black community today than I am with the whites, because at least the whites are predictable. You know what I'm saying? Like they're behaving the way that they're supposed to behave. Typical, you know, racist, hateful, for no reason. That's them. But just because Bad Bunny performed the Super Bowl halftime show today, that wasn't your cue, black people, to jump in the comments and start writing hateful and racist things against a man that is an artist who is probably the highest selling artist at this point, and he is an American citizen. You know what I'm saying? I saw a lot of comments, and y'all love to use these new racial slurs, Mita and Maria and shit like that. I don't know how that's racist. I don't know how that's supposed to be offensive to us, but I mean, it's really not. But all the Mitas and Marias I know. But yeah, talking about, oh, this ain't no third world country. I mean, English, get them out of here, bro. Since blacks, since when is that your game? That's a white man's game. That's not your game. You know, this is why I know for a fact that white people infiltrated Black Lives Matter back in 2020 and turned y'all into some stupid new age woke, you know, I don't know what you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I come from the bottom of the bottom. I come from the project, Section 8, from the dirt, bro, with my black brothers. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with nothing but blacks and Hispanics. And at the end of the day, we all piece in the pod. Y'all gotta stop this fake war that y'all got against us. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, your problem is not with all Hispanics. Your problem is with the J-Lo Hispanics, the ones that want to be Hispanic when it benefits them, but they're white 90% of the time, and they move to like white hoods like Connecticut and fucking Pennsylvania, and they think that they're better than us. Listen, at the end of the day, all women's hair is better, but y'all got the bigger dicks. What we don't have, you have. What y'all don't have, we have. But we all brothers and sisters at the end of the day. And y'all really shouldn't be hating, because Kendrick Lamar and Usher, Beyonce, Death Row, all these black superstars, multi-platinum billionaires, Rihanna, have played the Super Bowl halftime show. And when do you see a Puerto Rican nigga jump on the comments talking about, performing at the Super Bowl? Y'all really need to stop with the hateful shit that the culture has been infiltrated. Seriously. And it's designed to keep us fighting against each other. Stop that shit. My stepfather's black. My little brother, my stepbrother, who I don't call my stepbrother, I call him my brother because I love that nigga like that. He's black. I have black people in my life, bro, that I love, that I'm friends with, that I work with, that I deal with on a regular day. And I know that that's a typical racist thing to say, like, oh, I have black friends. No, I'm really the culture. I'm really the culture, and I'm trying to speak out because I hate the fact that we're fighting each other. I hate the fact that sometimes I walk down 125th and I'm getting evil-eyed. You know what I'm saying? Like stop, bro. Like at the end of the day, you can believe what you want. You can believe what you want, but we're just me, you, black, Hispanic. We're just niggas to them. Stop the fool.
I am overly disappointed in black people's response to the Super Bowl, and I'm so disappointed at how black people are responding, given that we needed moments like those. We understand what needing a moment and having a moment feels like. So when another minority community has a moment, why are we not celebrating that? Why would we not celebrate another minority community having a moment? It just feels hella selfish. A lot of you guys' perspective on the world is this small. You don't realize it's 20,000 different perspectives around you. The Super Bowl is not just for black people. We had Usher. We got Rihanna. We got Kendrick Lamar last year. And when Kendrick Lamar was doing all that symbolic stuff about America, you know what white people were saying? Oh, I don't understand that. That was just... And we was defending that. Because he was putting on. So, if anything, black people should understand what it's like to have a moment. And for y'all to get up here and diss Bad Bunny and diss the whole Super Bowl because you don't know Spanish is fake to me. I feel like minority to minority, struggle to struggle, Hispanics and black people are very similar in a lot of ways. Not saying we're the same, not saying we went through the same things, but we're very similar. And it's just like, y'all, like, we creating this whole divide, like, oh, I don't understand that. That's like, we're acting like white people. We're acting like the white people when black people get up on stage and do something and white people respond that way. We're responding the same way when Bad Bunny did this thing. We're responding the same way the white people respond to us. Like, black people are really claiming Super Bowl like, this isn't American football. Nigga, this ain't for you. You really the Super Bowl ain't for us. And you really, y'all have adopted this mindset like the Super Bowl is for black people. It's not. Do you know the people that own the Super Bowl, the NFL? None of them are black. They do this for money. They don't care about you. So for you to claim American football, claim this is not the football I know. It's not, because it's not for you, gang. I'm disappointed in a lot of y'all.
Now, this is the part I despise. It's 50 million foundational black Americans in this country. You guys go online and see some black people say some stuff that you don't like, and you come online and attribute that to the whole community. You guys already been feeling this way because this is the way that your people talk. I know. This is the way that your people talk. This is the way that they already talk about us. So now because you seen some people say some disparaging things maybe about them, right? FBA is a lineage. Everybody ain't the same. We can't control what everybody say, but you come out here and say the black community and black people. No. My whole thing is y'all say a whole bunch of stuff. I come online all the time and say, yo, don't talk about them people. Stay on FBA business. I don't go and just denigrate the whole Latino community. I tell my people stay on FBA business, right? FBA business. But what I'm noticing now, when somebody say something that y'all don't like, y'all blame all black people. So then you say we acting like the W man, but no, y'all acting like the W man. I don't have no videos saying nothing about Bad Bunny. So why? And there's a whole bunch of people that ain't saying nothing about Bad Bunny. It ain't our business. He doing his thing, right? That's what he doing. So how you come online and just denigrate and ridicule the whole black community? 50 million black people. Because that's what y'all do. Because listen, it's funny how y'all come on here and say this, and now you say we all black, but at the end of the day, the way you treat your black folks, the way you treat your black Puerto Ricans and your other black Latinos, they been talking like this.
I will always support African Americans in wanting to gatekeep their culture because the erasure is real. Gatekeep hip hop, gatekeep R&B, gatekeep your culture, period. As an Afro-Latina, trust me, I know firsthand the erasure is real. For context, Latino music such as reggaeton, salsa, bachata, just to name a few, are historically black Latino music. They have their roots in black Latinidad. And as a result, the artists that used to have the biggest impact and largest visibility in these genres were black Latino artists. Fast forward to today, the artists with the biggest impact and the largest amount of visibility in these genres are white Latino artists. It's so bad that they have started to play in our faces. They gave J Balvin about 2 years ago Afro-Latino Music Artist of the Year award. This conquistador Cruz, this direct descendant of Christopher Columbus, accepted and was awarded Afro-Latino Music Artist of the Year award. I will never let this go. Now, I'm not saying we don't have Afro-Latinos that are very, popular today still in these music genres, as we should, but they do not have the impact nor the visibility that the white Latino artists in these genres have began to receive. It has gotten so bad that there are now Spaniards winning Latino Music Artist Awards. Spaniards. And it's honestly just so sad to see like the erasure in real time. Like our music, like we had salsa songs that would sing about, the impact of slavery in Latin America. We used to have music that would sing about and talk about the beauty of Black Latina women. None of that exists anymore for the most part. So yeah, gatekeep.
I think the craziest experience about being an Afro-Latina in the States is when other Latinos tell you that you're not Latina. Recently, this person was going back and forth with me about how I don't look Latina. And I kept explaining to them like how there's Black people in Latin America, and how in Latin America, Latinos are very diverse. Like we don't all look the same. Like we grow up with different races who are also Latinos. But to be like, no, you're not. You don't look Latina and you don't speak Spanish. How do you know I don't speak Spanish? And then on top of that, you're not familiar with how diverse Latin America is. So it's like, get the pasta.
So we're always the focal point, and they want to come at us and put down a whole group of people for some stuff that you've seen online. So with this guy over here doing, this girl over here do what they do, it's just all Black people. We just under one umbrella. Y'all no different than the W man, right? No different than the W man. But then we point this out. Afro-Latinos always been searching for their identity within the Latino community, within that Latino ethnic group. No, y'all crap on them too. Y'all don't accept them. Y'all don't accept them, right? It's I was doing videos where I was showing these Latinos calling you guys out for being the racist that you are, and you're proving it now. Because like I said, okay, there's some FBAs online that's displeased with what they saw. They got a right to have their opinion, but what you don't have a right to do is come out and denigrate the whole Black community for that. Then you're no different than the W man, because we're not obligated to do anything for you. We're not obligated to come out and cheer for you if we don't want to. We're not obligated to do that, right? But Latinos, there's been Latinos that's been 10 toes down, that's been exposing y'all racism for years.
Since my videos keep getting taken down when I call out my own people, let's try this. To my Latinos, particularly my Mexican people, when you push your internalized racism onto people who are darker than us, you are doing the work of the colonizer. Just because you're a lighter shade of brown doesn't give you any favor with the palm-colored people. They will smile in your face while you clean and build their homes, landscape their yards, watch their children, and work in their fields. Land that they stole from us, by the way. And then behind your backs, they turn around and say that you're lazy, just want handouts, contribute to poverty. They call you drug dealers and murderers. They complain that you're stealing their jobs, yet these are the jobs that they don't want to do themselves. They make you work 20 times as hard to earn the same they got for working 20 times less as hard. They pay you wages, make you work in subpar working conditions, and don't give you any kind of health benefits. If you think you're gaining favor with them by pushing your internalized racism onto our Afro-Mexicans, our Afro-Indigenous, our Afro-Latinos, and our Black Americans, you are sadly mistaken. They don't care about you, and they never will. So stop trying to kiss their asses as if they are. They give you just enough so that way you can destroy your own people while they sit in the corner laughing, knowing that you are doing the hard work for them, while they reap all the benefits, and you get very little in return. You are being used and exploited, and they will never see you more than just another brown person. Remember that when you think you're superior to somebody who is darker than you.
So that's already Latinos exposing the stuff that go on behind closed doors with these racist Latinos, right? We are the stuff that we already know, stuff that I've been talking about for years. I've been exposing and uncovering for years. I've told you guys the stories, right? So this stuff is nothing new. It's nothing new. But the thing is, you got Maga and Piers Morgan and all these W folks going on every news publication they can, right? Every news station they can to call this stuff out and voice their displeasure and talk about how there's 300-something million W folks in this country, right? And they feel like they're being overlooked and marginalized. And they feel like Jay-Z is a DEI hire. And they're upset. And guess what? The Puerto Ricans are saying nothing. These other Latinos are saying nothing because they know that ICE is out there watching. And ICE is waiting for one of y'all to say something so they can get y'all up out of here. That's why they're not saying nothing, right? So the low-hanging fruit is black people. You just come after us, right? And that's why we're tired of it. But they're talking like this.
I'm sorry, Piers, but to get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially, the national language of the United States of America?
I mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official,
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, that people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay,
right,
so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be.
Now, MAGA is incensed, and they're angry. And they ain't playing. They not mixing words. They not biting their tongue. They coming full steam ahead, and they want smoke with whoever, like whoever, right? But the thing is, there are some Latinos that didn't agree with Bad Bunny, right? And I don't see no Latinos calling these people out, right? There's some Latinos that agree with him, a grown man having that name Bad Bunny, and his lifestyle and things that he talk about, right? They have a problem with that. There are some people out here, and they're also voicing their opinions online. And I don't see you Latinos going after them, but you got all the smoke for us.
Can anyone explain to me why certain Latinos that support Bad Bunny expect all Latinos to support Bad Bunny? Don't get me wrong. Yes, I was born here in the United States. I have a Honduran mother and I have a Cuban father. So I'm proud to be Latino. I'm proud of my heritage. But that doesn't mean I have to support Bad Bunny just because I'm Latino. I mean, can someone please let me know all the positive things he's doing? Because I don't see anything positive. I just see a grown man dressing up as a woman and kissing other men on stage while having young men look up to him. And on top of that, he has demon rituals in his videos, in his concerts. How is that any good? Like, why am I supposed to support that? He also said he wasn't going to perform in the United States because he was scared of ICE, was going to be at his concerts. And so when did all of a sudden he change his mind? Because Jay-Z gave him a phone call and said, hey, I want you to perform at the Super Bowl. He's a hypocrite, and a lot of you are hypocrites.
Oh, man. So there's a lot of Latinos that got smoked for Bad Bunny. He ain't the only one. This Honduran and Cuban dude, right? He got smoked. But there's some women that's also calling him a hypocrite. They're saying that when he came out, He was a champion for the smaller people and his people. But once he got those contracted in with the Diamond Society, and he took that ride down Hollywood and Vibe with them people and that limousine, he came out, man. He started going against everything that he stood for. Everything that he stood for, he went against. So now you got Latina women holding him accountable. How come you Puerto Ricans ain't making videos on these people?
Bad Bunny always talked about, colonization and like imperialism. And he even spoke in a song where he was like, everybody's trying to take from our culture and be like us. He was very outspoken about a lot of things, but then he ended up dating somebody who was the representation of all the things he hated. Kendall Jenner, who made a tequila brand and it basically like took from, Mexican culture.
You don't think people can change?
That's the thing where I'm just like, for him to now like come out and like be that person again. Did you actually believe these things, or is it just because you just want to profit out of them and because everybody kind of hated you? It's kind of like you say you hate racism, but you end up hanging out with people who are racist. It's like that. How can you surround yourself with people like that when you've been so outspoken about other things?
I'm gonna say something that could potentially get me canceled about this whole Bad Bunny NFL situation and the halftime show, and that is that it's a distraction. Yeah, it's a distraction. To me, this is not a win. To me, like a couple of years ago, I kind of like saw through Bad Bunny's persona, and he uses his activism as a very performative way to connect with his audience. He's a performative activist because when the whole Kendall Jenner situation happened, right? People were like, well, it's none of our business who he dates. But I think when you make such a clear stance against something, and then you come up and get in bed with somebody who clearly stands for everything that you stand against, but you want to hide behind it, well, it's my personal life and I can do whatever I want. Right. But publicly, right, you've been against that type of person. And here you are jumping into bed with one of them. That was the first thing that I was like, okay, cool. And after that, I was like, still, his music is fine, whatever, I can move on. But it was when this year, the events of this year started happening, right? Bad Bunny was very quiet. He wasn't saying anything. It took for things to start happening and affecting Puerto Rico for him to actually come on stories and say something, for him to actually release a video where he takes a stance, right? Performative, because it's not until Puerto Rico was affected that he actually jumped in and was like, hey, not my people, But in the meantime, you have all the other people who are going through it, and he hadn't said anything. And I think people forget that, and we have to be smarter than the people who are trying to distract us. This is a distraction. This is not a win. And I'm not celebrating. I don't think this is a win. I actually think that they're crumbs, and that they're feeding you crumbs to keep you hopeful that things are going to change. You see, like, not everybody is against you, but all the policies that are being set in place are. It's a distraction. Don't let yourself be distracted by, oh my gosh, it is such a win. It's a distraction. And another thing, okay, the whole like, oh, we're not going to tour the United States because, we don't want this and this to happen to our people. They probably didn't let half of their team into the country. Like, it's not.
So I'm telling the FBA family, listen, man, these people are liars, man. Not all of them, because I want to be like them. I'm not going to denigrate a whole group of people just because some of them are liars, right? I'm not like them. They come and do that to us, so I'm not going to do that to them just because I'm not like, I'm my own person. This is the thing. The ship is leaking oil over there. They got a whole bunch of problems within their own group, right? When you go online and you look at these Africans online, they arguing South Africans versus everybody. They want smoke with everybody. Ethiopians is arguing. People from Ghana and Nigeria can't stand South Africans. It's just, it ain't, man, listen. Because we decided to separate and name ourselves and delineate and all that kind of stuff, we've opened the floodgates up where everybody got smoke now. But then the Latino community, they got issues. Dominicans and Puerto Ricans don't get along, right? A lot of those Mexicans and Puerto Ricans and stuff don't get along, right? There is no brotherhood. It's all bull crap. They want us to keep the door open and say black and brown unity, right? And if we're not doing it, we're the problem. Where they don't get along. Them Africans over there, they can't stand each other. It's the truth. So when y'all come over here in my section, miss me with that, because Jamaicans and Trinidadians can't stand each other, right? Can't stand each other. Jamaicans and Haitians, they can't stand each other. I know what I'm talking about. But then y'all want to come over here and act all high and mighty towards us. Nah, man, I ain't trying to hear. You ain't fooling me. Pan-Africanism is an idea. It's not something that was actually brought into fruition. It's a dream. It's an idea. But none of these groups actually get along. So don't come over here with that smoke over here towards us, man. We ain't trying to hear it. You Latinos, man, stop it. Y'all don't get along at all. Most of y'all can't stand each other. And a lot of y'all don't even like Bad Bunny, because y'all know he a switch hitter and he played with that other side. So miss me with that. FBA, stand down. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.